quite sure why it's doing this right now. Should be working. I've checked the permissions and it should be set up, and usually it works. I'm not sure what's going on. I'm going to try joining a different server. Let's go with this one. Oh, same one. Okay, hopefully this will work. We'll get it going. Sorry for the wait. Oh, this looks like it's got hyping. It may not work. There we go. Okay, there we go. So this isn't the livery that I'm going to get, because I think only Masty has access to this one. Also the winch looks a bit funky. But we'll go with a standard transport. Start a log. Go, and now I'll just set up some stuff. If anyone is currently watching, can you just let me know in chat if you can hear me alright? Let's go this way. It's quite tough flying at night actually in Firestorm because it's quite dark and it's a lot easier to see other aircraft than other actual objects, the nav lights. But we'll start heading over to the fire and hopefully you'll see that it becomes a bit lighter when you're near the fire, which makes sense. But let's just scout it out first. Yeah, there we go. Okay, looks like ground crews are doing some good work here. I don't trust them, but I'm just going to leave them be and sort out this bit up here. Okay, how bad is this? Oh, there's ground crew down there. Let's get a drop on this Let's see how that went. Nearest water should probably be the Echo 81. I don't know if that's changed location from Firestorm 1. Foxtrot 9, yeah, sorry. Wrong grid square, but it's still in the same spot. I think another challenge of flying at night in Firestorm is the fact that it's very hard to see the water sometimes. It's not too dark at the moment, but it can get really dark and hard to actually spot where the water source is in the dark, and you end up being close to landing on the ground. Let's just get this going. And by the way, if any of you are curious, you can actually start refilling when the hose is in the process of retracting. So as soon as you press V and start, sorry, not retracting, deploying, either way. As soon as you press V and start dropping it, you can start refilling, but I've just chosen not to here, and instead waiting for it to touch the water. It will still refill, but that's just a personal choice. And again, at the end you can just fly off while it's retracting, but I like to be a bit more realistic. Okay, let's see. Okay, ground cruiser here. Looks like it's possibly spreading downhill. I can't really tell if they've got a line going. So I'll just put it in there and drop it there. Oh, there's a deployment shelter. That's nice. Let's go get some water on them. And we'll just try and clean up this line over here. Some of you may have noticed that helis in Firestorm 2 got a bit of a nerf. I mean, all aircraft did really. The drops are less effective, but you can get used to it and still be pretty good with that. And you know, when the person's still chilling there, they can do that. And yeah, with the drops, as I was saying, not the most effective. I'm not great at it because I haven't flown very much. I'm sure there are people who are better than me, but it's still pretty good. And as you can see here is the challenge finding the water. There it is. Someone at dispatch. Water tanker, that would be useful by the fire, or even refilling here. So yeah, look, I can press R and it will start filling. Oh, don't know what happened there. Where is the lost one? Not here. Okay. Alright, another deployment shelter. People really use those a lot. Spotfire is great. Ooh, I didn't know it could like roll down the hill. That's cool. I didn't know it actually was rolling down the hill, but it might have just been jumping there, who knows. Wonder, I've never actually tried this tonight. Can I get it out of the telly? Oh, I've got no water. For some of you who may be thinking, oh, it's obvious you've got no water, you've got 0 of the indicators. Well, when it is actually that final 25%, sometimes you'll use up a bit of it and the indicator will go to 0, but you won't actually have 0. So it's just useful to know that sometimes, but other times it will actually be 0. You just got to test it. And another tip is, although at the top left where the radio is it says Y next to the thing to change the channels, you do not want to do that in an aircraft because that is the button for the engine. So it's best to avoid pressing Y, and that's why I'm having to manually click. I wonder if anyone knows how to get stream chat to show like overlaying while I'm in game. That might make it my life a bit easier. So if anyone could help me out there, because I haven't streamed much on YouTube. I know Ceramic87. Spoken to him a few times in the main Discord. Let's see. Probably ground push should be right over there. We might want to get a drop over there. But this spot fire looks like it needs dealing with. Are they going to deal with it? I don't think they are. Maybe? No. Why would they? Okay, let's see. That's one. This one might not spread, but it's worth it. Oh, missed. The tricky part likes to drop behind you even if you're not moving very far. Makes aiming it quite difficult. Oh, they're going to deal with it. Brilliant. Makes my life easier. It's just not this part. There we go. That should stop some of the spread. Someone insulting me. It's always interesting seeing the ground crews with opinions of flying. Most of them have never tried it. It's quite hard actually, especially the S70i. It has a lot of cyclic drift, so if you guys don't know what cyclic drift is, you should look that up. It may help you on the pilot exam, maybe giving you answers there. Not specifically cyclic drift, but with the S70, if I just leave it to be, it's going to drift to the right. That's the cyclic drift. So you've got to counter that by rolling it slightly to the left, tapping A sometimes, and also it has a bit of drift backwards sometimes, so you've got to counter that as well, which is also cyclic drift, just in a different direction, which happens with normal helicopters. You tend to get, I'm not certain whether it's cyclic drift, you definitely get a bit of rotation from the yaw, from the tail rotor, you've got to counter, but you do have to counter some forces, and its hovering's actually quite hard, so it takes some skill. Yeah, I should be able to get a good drop along here. Should get most of the trees out. There we go, there's the spot fire that grew, because ground crews didn't seem to want to deal with it. So now I've got to come in and clean up after it. See if I've got any water to hit this. No, I've not, okay. Let's see, before I refill, how's this going? Not very good actually. It looks like there's other possibility of spreading. I think the ground crews will do it though. Let's see. Now it's a lot easier to see the river. I don't know when they added these red trees, those are interesting. I guess it could get confusing with frost check and stuff, but I've never actually found that an issue so far. I haven't played fixed wing much in Firestorm 2, it's mostly just been rotary. I'd say at the moment the Sky Crane is very nice, I like it in Firestorm 1, probably my favourite aircraft in Firestorm 1. And in Firestorm 2 it's still pretty good because it's got a very big tank. But with all those spot fires it makes it a lot harder to utilise its full capability. It's much better at just creating those long lines, but when you've got to deal with those spot fires it becomes a bit more painful, and it's much less manoeuvrable than something like the S70 which I'm flying right now, or S70i Firehawk, which is a lot better at dealing with spot fires. I don't actually know if it's got a smaller tank in game, it feels like it might. But I know in real life the Sky Crane's at around 2,600 gallons, the S70 is around 1,000, so I'm pretty sure it's not that big of a difference in game, but it feels like the S70's got a slightly smaller tank, but as I say, it's much better for dealing with spot fires because it's just so much faster and more manoeuvrable. Let's see, is that person still? Oh, there they are, okay, let's see. Oh, there's a fire. Let's go pick up the person wherever they are. I wonder if I actually can. I wonder if they can access the airfield. Maybe. Hopefully. Okay. Let's go land over here. Preferably not on the tanker refill pads over there, which are those grey things if anyone was wondering. Here's the other cyclic drift I was talking about. When not moving, it's just going to lift up and up. There we go. In, and let's go to the horse fire. That's a name I've not seen before for a fire. Slightly interesting name. Okay, looks like they've got a good line going over there. But they could do with some help over on the northern side. I'll get some water in this part. There we go. This should be over fairly quickly, to be fair. Might not even need to drop off the ground crew. Oh, I missed that. So there we go, that's an example of when you've got, it says you've got 0 but you've actually got some water. Just make sure I'm attached, yeah, cool. Let's see, not there. Oh, I'm close to the next rank, that's nice. Ash fire. What is that? Oh, up by town. This is a main instant. That's because it's got the red squares. I'll refill with water. I'll probably drop off the crew member with me at that fire if I can find a spot. Otherwise they'll just have to break their legs. I wonder if there's any way for them to get on the hoist, but I'm not sure there is without them getting out. I haven't tried it too much. Still don't fully understand the instant system in terms of how to get skill points, because I know if you're attached to one you get skill points, but they don't seem to end until the main one, and then whether you get the skill points for only one fire or whether you can get them for a lot of fires, I'm not sure. I feel like it's tough to get them. Looks like it's going to be spreading towards the town. That's not good, but ground crews are at the town. Just trying to see if there's a good place to land. Or I could go... I think that car park there looks like it should be suitable. Yeah, that's a good amount of space. I'm a bit concerned about that spot fire now. It's now like broken up into 2 spot fires. I should deal with one of them, but that bit... Oh, there's a ground crew, that's good, that's good. Okay. Okay, spreading quite a bit there. Hopefully ground crews will do something about it. Yeah, let's get dropping over here. Deal with that bit next. Yeah, they couldn't may have been closer actually. I'll use that next time. There's a good few lakes up here, so should be plenty of water sources to pick from. Saying that the horse fire has some squares on fire, but I'm not sure how accurate that is. Yeah, this is spread as I thought. I'll go with this. Oh, never mind that out. I'll go with this one. the dozer. Oh, going down the hill now. A refill spot. I don't know if I want to use that refill spot though, because it's probably going to be slower than just going here, but we'll see. I also don't trust ground crews and public servers for refill spots because they're not the safest and they're not always suitable. There's been a few pilots that have got in trouble for unsafe landing zones and stuff, or just bad heli spot safety really. So it's generally quite sketchy to do it in publics, but if you are a ground crew and you want to supply a heli, make sure that there's a clearance of at least 1.5 times the width of the rotors, as well as a safe entry and exit. So for example, having tall trees into the entry is not good. You want to make sure it's nice and clear entry and exit, and make sure you're standing in front of the helicopter, not behind. No hoses or trucks in the middle of the heli spot. You want to keep those out of the way, keep their good clearance for good safety. Okay, it looks like they're getting in some good containment lines. It's quite a competent public server. I feel like Firestorm 2 public servers at the moment are a bit more competent than they will be in the future, because this is still paid access, so it's probably people who know a bit more about firefighting and a bit more invested in it, or people from Firestorm 1 that may have a bit more experience that want to actually pay for this. So I feel like the competence level is slightly higher than it will be when they have the full release. Let's go check out this. I mean, this would be a good place to land for a reefer, because as you can see it's nothing too tall on entry and exit, and it's good road clearance, trucks are out of the way. Looks like a person struggling there. Ooh, we'll go for it. Oh yeah, there we go. And then shut off my engines. I don't know if that will affect the flight log, but hopefully it works, because it does actually depend on engines turning on and off when you log it. So we'll see. I'll just sit here for a bit and hopefully get refill. I might have to go back to the horse fire. Oh, never mind. I thought it was false. Okay, 13 skill points. I wonder if I can get anything good. We'll just go for that. Why not? Now I'll need calcium. Yeah. Go with the thermal camera so that we can work our way towards a hot shot buggy and then a heli-tac radio. Oh, there we go, fire reset. This is a moment that someone gets a screenshot and says I'm in an unsafe landing zone. I don't think there's any button, any UI where you can press it to sit down. Okay. Using the Skycrane. Oh, has someone got a Skycrane on? Oh, there's the Skycrane. That is Kirby. Ah, that's nice. I wonder if he knows I'm here. Maybe he joined because I was here, who knows. I'll just see. Okay, let's get heading to the fire and make sure I attach myself to the instant. Gotta get those skill points. And then head over this way. Okay. Seems like it's another main instant. Red. So maybe it spreads more? I'm not too sure how those mechanics work. I don't mind you stream sniping to get skill points. Usually when there's pilots it gets people a lot of skill points, and that's just there even without a stream, so I'm fine with it. Ooh, I didn't actually know there was water there. Did they add that recently? That's interesting. Let's get a drop on this side because it seems... Actually, let's drop off the ground cruise first. That would be smart. Let's go in. Oh, okay. There you go. How did you get? Struggling. Sketchy. I probably should have looked before I took off, but it's fine. Okay, that didn't do a ton, but let's just try and reinforce that anchor point. For those of you that don't know, an anchor point is where you start your fire line, and that would be a point where it can't spread past like this rock here, and that means that you don't have to worry about, like, if you're on the ground you don't have to worry about it flanking behind you when you're creating your line, and you've got a nice secure place to start your line where it won't spread past. But as the air, it just means you've got a good start for your line where you won't have to keep going back to the same spot and just dealing with fire spreading in multiple directions. It's just a good start point, really. Let's get some water. 46 northeast, that's quite fast, which makes sense considering it's the main instant. Ooh, helipad, that's nice. This one. I wonder if it's big enough for the Type 1 copters we've got. Yes, Kirby. I've also heard that with the drops, if you're higher up it's more spread out, and if you're lower down it's more like targeted, but it's more effective, the water. I'm not too sure about like the exact specifics of that. I kind of just drop and see what happens, really. Seems like Kirby's dropping on the other side of the line, so it should be fairly safe to fly here. Oh, there's the ground cruise. Oh, is that a smoke trooper? Maybe. Maybe we do have similar sized tanks because it's refilling at a similar time. It might actually be the same, but I don't think it is. I'd have to test it. I know the drop patterns are slightly different because they've now got, you'll see it more with tanks and stuff, the drop patterns of the Seat or the SDT or the CR4-5, they have different drop widths and like patterns of spread out. So also you'll see it with my drops, they don't always like do a complete line. There might be some like spots it misses. That's just down to the drop pattern, and it makes it a bit more realistic and a bit more challenging. Okay, we've got a line going here, so good to reinforce that. Deal with spot fire if possible. That didn't work. Let's go. And we'll try and get this tree out if we've got any. Because we don't want to get crown fires to spread their line. Doesn't seem that. Oh, there's the chainsaw. I was going to say it doesn't seem that they've got chainsaws yet, but they've got some people working behind them. Very good server, actually. There's the deployment shelter over to my right. I'll just check this. Fine. If you really want to. There's a lot in Publix. You can always just ask aircraft for help. There we go. You're fine. Up you get. Good heli spot. Only criticism is the fact that the tanker's behind it. I don't know whether that's the helicopter pilot's fault or the tanker, but you don't really want to be behind a helicopter because there's this tail rotor here that's quite dangerous. I mean, obviously not in game, but you know, in real life it's quite dangerous. You want to generally avoid that and approach the helicopter from the front. Let's see. Oh, looks like they've got a road going. Put this side out. Very nice. Still no new instance. This is actually quite tame. Might just be because we're knocking them all so quick. How they determine whether the helicopter's in the water to refill, because you can be slightly above it and it will refill. I'm not quite sure how that works. Maybe it's like the full length of this plus a bit. I don't know. It's quite generous. Okay, is that his full tank? Probably. Or not. Okay, instant over anyway, that's fine. Still bumped. Okay, let's hope there's an area cleared because I'm not about to come up from the middle of the forest. Let's see. They're over here somewhere, weren't they? There they are. On the map. I can't quite. Oh, there, I see. Let's try this. In the basket. There we go. Oh, there's a fire in a similar spot. That's convenient. go. There we go. Okay, let's try and stop it spreading down the other side of the hill. 48 south, okay, cool. I'm not quite sure how he figured out the wind speed in the helicopter, but maybe he landed. Oh, that is a tricky spot. Let's just try and deal with these as spot fires rather than as alarm. Okay, next one over here. Oh, that was like in the ground crew, but that got on fire. Okay. And then see if I've got any more water. Yeah, that did something. I've never actually tried refilling on the tanker pads because I know they're for tankers, but I wonder if it's for helicopters as well. Probably not. No, it's not. Okay, cool. Let's see, where's that person at? Oh, all the way up there, not fun. That helipad is actually further than the fire and water. Than the water source, sorry. I did see a screenshot in Firestorm 2 Media of someone who set up a tanker for a heli spot right next to a river. And I was just thinking that it's so silly to do that because the helicopter can just refill in the river. But the helicopter decided to refill the tanker, which is an interesting choice. It's definitely going to take longer, but I guess it makes it easier to refill the tanker. Though tankers do have quite a lot of water. I don't know how many heli tanks it can refill, but it's quite a few. I've had service where we've had like 3 helicopters using a heli spot and the tankers just last quite a while. So you should be fine not being near a river for a fire. It's only when you get like, I don't know, tons of aircraft or smaller tank capacities like a Type 3 rather than a water tender. Let's try and get all this bit. Oh, still a bit left, always. There we go, bit of precision. Got my accuracy up now, better than earlier. Hopefully no one's going to be insulting that. Oh, where's this guy coming? Just want to be wary of getting in the way. Oh, someone's tracked out there. That's cool. Typical. I remember in Firestorm 1 the cliff down to the airfield, everyone always falls down that, and it's great fun to watch an aircraft. It's even more funny when people drive their truck off the cliff into like a river or something. But there was a glitch where if you got your vehicle in a water body and then like got in and got out or something, sometimes it would fling you up to space, which is fun. But I feel like there's probably going to be some more bugs discovered in Firestorm 2, considering how early on it is in development and stuff. I'm sure there'll be some fun ones. I already know there are some good ones. I'm not used to streaming, this feels weird just talking to myself. Usually it's a VC with some pilots or something, but it's just me with you guys now. Maybe I could get into VC with Kirby or something and see what he has to say. But I'll just keep yapping. I'm not that good at talking for a long time, and I hope I'm not boring you guys, but there can't be that many of you, surely, like 5 of you. So if you want to watch, you can watch. I'm sure you're much more interested in the aircraft than you are in me. Oh, pick up again. Taxi service. Ooh, that's far. It might actually be beneficial to pick people up. There's a sky crane. Don't know, crash into that. There is a... It's actually attached basket and face down. I'll just make my life a bit easier. Looks like both. Oh, never mind. I was going to say both dozers, but there's one dozer there. One dozer's down here. They're probably going to respawn because that would make it easier. How many of you are actually in this server right now? Are you all in this server? Have you joined me? Make sure I'm attached. There we go. It's nice seeing power lines here. It adds some more aerial hazards that we haven't seen before in Firestorm 1. Makes it a bit more interesting during like SFS deployments and stuff. Sorry, Los Padres Forest Service, not SFS. LPFS now. Still thinking of the old one, but yeah, it makes it more fun when you have to worry about those. Oh no. Off to the void you go. There's a sky crane, should be safe to drop now. Yeah, let's reinforce this bit. Go deal with this spot fire here. Oh, that's quite big, that might take. I don't really want to use all of it because I want to deal with a bit more of the fire, but I might have to. Come on, there we go. Okay, I'll just put the final bit on the spot. Oh, there's the sky crane. Yeah, I'll get out of the way. Yeah, it looks like it did. Okay, night setting in, that will make it a bit more annoying. But should be able to get a good few amount of drops on the fire because I've got a few experiences of fighting fires during the night, so it should be fine. It's always risky though with trees because it's very difficult to... Oh! There we go, just what I was talking about earlier. Oh, this is deep. Yeah, truck's just going off into the water. No one knows how to drive. I wonder how deep they went. Oh wow. I thought this was like a shallow water source, but this is like really deep. Damn. It's a lot of water. No wonder we never run out. Oh. And there's the person, and there's the sky crane. Oh, they came from the other side. Yeah, no one's saying anything there, that's good. Okay. Let's get a drop in here. It's nice seeing the fire glow at night, that's always cool. And it's a lot easier to spot it at night than at day sometimes. Yeah, let's just get it. There we go. And if anyone does wonder, I don't know if anyone is wondering this because most of you probably already know this, there are rules to flying, so the reason I don't get like right down next to the fire to do a spot drop and why I had to like snipe it from up here or something is because you cannot fly below treetop level. I mean, there are some situations where it's justifiable, like going in for refill in the lake and stuff, but you shouldn't be below treetop because it's a dangerous flight, so you can't actually get close to aim, so you've got to get really good at aiming from above the fire. In Firestorm 1 it was quite easy because you could just figure out where the smoke plumes are, because there'd be a smoke plume over each fire and you could align yourself vertically with that. But then in Firestorm 2, oh, there goes another truck, don't know how they were driving upside down. As I was saying, in Firestorm 2 there isn't a smoke plume over every fire, so you've kind of just got to judge it, and also the water drops behind you slightly, so you've got to bear in mind for that, which makes it really difficult, but you get used to it, and then you can snipe stuff from fairly high and keep fairly safe. There we go, squad boss, that's nice. Yeah, now it's the dark part of the night, so it's going to be, as you can see, it's quite hard to see the terrain, it's hard to see the trees. It makes it much more difficult to fly. But I wonder if I'll spot Kirby. Yeah, there we go. You can see there's the bright orange sky crane with the nav lights that you can see, green on the right, red on the left. Nice and useful. And I'll just try and keep out this way. Joining instant. Oh, this one's looking quite big. Looks like it's a grass fire. Is that the last bit of this tank? Probably. Let's see where I can refill safely. Not in there. Probably going to have to be down here then. Building on fire. I believe aircraft aren't able to put on destructive fires at the moment, so I'll just have to let ground crews deal with that. Yeah, let's see. Maybe I can defend the building a bit. Stay out of the way of Kirby. Ooh, this looks like a good spot. Let's go for this. Okay. Solid drop. Next one. Over here. Oh, there's a sky crane. Gotta watch out for that. Yeah, as you can see, that's got quite a wide drop. Makes it noisy. This is a bit more precise and narrow. I don't know if it's more like more volume of water, like more precision. What's the right word? Like the higher density of water, but might be more effective. Might not. But it looks like they're doing alright actually, and they've got some good containment going. Yeah, no, random, there's no skill tree for air ops. Currently aircraft are just locked out. If you go at the start of the stream, you'll probably see like the aircraft selection menu. When I spawned in, the aircraft are just locked to the qualifications you have, and there's no like leveling up or anything. It's just that from the Discord. And there's currently the OV10 and the, oh, what is it? The OV10 and something else that I've lost. I've forgotten which one, but two of the aircraft currently aren't available because they're not like fully rigged. It might be the, I don't know. So we've got the S70, we've got the Sky Crane, got the Viper, I believe, the AH1Z. But I don't think it's got the, I don't think it's fully done. Most of the aircraft aren't, because it's meant to have an extra feature that I don't know if it's meant to be public yet. We've also got, so that's 3 of the rotary aircraft. What's the other? I've completely forgotten. Huey, Huey S70, Viper, Sky Crane. And in terms of fixturing, the Seat and S2T. We've got the CL4 and 5, and that's a bit buggy at the moment, so I don't really fly it. And then OV10 still needs work, so it's not currently accessible. So yeah, I'm just putting my skill points into the wildland operations one because I don't see any reason to put it in others. I mean, I've put some into Santa Barbara County Fire, but I don't think I've put that many in. I haven't got the Dozer Gate and Pass though. I only have the Santa Barbara County Fire because I had BFD in firestorm 1. Oh, was I not attached to that? Maybe I wasn't. On one skill point, I can't remember how many I was on before. Really dark, just like a void. It would be nice if, I feel like we might be getting a spotlight on the S70 at some point, but I don't know if that's confirmed and I don't know when we'll get it. It would be really nice to actually see the ground. New instant. Oh, I think Kirby's hopping off. Maybe. Oh, this fire looks close. Don't know why this fire's not showing up. Let's see where it is. Somewhere here. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's nice actually. These spot fires showing up as embers, that's really useful actually. You can see it from a distance. Just gonna let the ground crews know what's going on. Lots of spot fires on that side. Luckily the water's quite close. No. I don't know whether that person's not going to come to the fire because they're the town fire department or because they're... or just because they're lazy. Who knows? Come on. There we go. Now that I've got my anchor point established, as I was talking about earlier, I've got it linked to the edge of the map so it can't spread around that, and I can just continue mainline and go in one direction around the fire without having to worry about the fire flanking it. Hopefully. Okay, ground crews are here and they're dealing with lots of spot fires. Looks like they're getting a good line in, but they could do with some chainsaws to cut those trees. Yeah, it might be a good idea for me to start focusing on the trees because they're getting the grass going, so maybe I don't need to worry as much about grass and can just put all my water in the ground fires. Oh, is that siphon in the chat? It looks like it might be. No. Let me see. I think it is siphon. Even though his username's not siphon, it seems like it definitely is him. Most like now you. Embers on LOA, so he can't do it right now. Wait, let me see when his LOA ends. It ends... Oh, never mind. Ended yesterday. Okay, so you probably can do it soon. I'll see if I can schedule a time with him, or if Mushroom can maybe. There's SPCFD engines. Oh, slight lag. I think I might be first on scene there, yeah. Let's see. Oh, this is stage 3, right, I think? Not sure, probably. Because it's got grass and crown fires. Luckily there's water nice and close, so I should be able to get a good few drops in. Oh, that's a tree that's going to go on fire. Plenty of embers. Embers are actually really fun. I haven't tried it as ground crews yet, but it seems like a great addition. It's probably more immersive. Here come the engines. Splash. Now that ember's just floating. Okay, let's get some water on this side. Those two engines are right next to a water supply, so they'll be able to knock it quickly. Looks like most of the embers are actually still where the fire has already burnt in the back, so that should be safe. Bulldozer, doing good work. Maybe not on the right part of the fire, but they're doing something. At least they're having fun. There we go, that's it, move to the other part of the fire. Get a line on this side where the home crews are working. And a second goes up. Do it on this side actually, because they've not got many resources now. Okay, that should be good. I'll check this. Let me see if I can get this bit. Never mind. This side. There we go. I forgot it's behind you relative to the direction you were last moving. So you've got to be careful with that too. And that should be a fire done. Oh, I can actually access my tools. That's probably how Kirby was accessing them. I didn't actually realise that. Helicopters have the same control system in Firestorm 2 as in Firestorm 1, bar a few differences. I mean, that being that the snorkel is now retractable, and it's linked to V, which used to be the one that was attaching and detaching the tank. So you don't want to press that in Firestorm 1, but in Firestorm 2 you do. Most of the controls remain the same, still U and J for the doors and stuff. Flying mechanics are pretty much the same. It's the planes that are mostly different. They've got the new Robux aerodynamic system, I believe, which makes it more realistic. It's definitely harder to control. Of course the drop patterns have changed and stuff, so it also like now drops behind you, it drops in a different pattern. The drop mechanics are definitely very different to Firestorm 1, so there's quite a bit of a difference there, but apart from that it's mostly the same. It's fixed wing that have the most changes really. And I mean, fixed wing at the moment are quite a pain to play, so I haven't really played much fixed wing. I've stuck with rotary. I already prefer rotary, but fixed wing is definitely much harder to play in Firestorm 2. But again, aircraft haven't received attention yet, they're not a priority, so maybe at some point Master will be able to improve them and make them more enjoyable. I mean, not to say they aren't enjoyable, but there's definitely some areas that could be improved. I mean, if you're just like asking whether they're better at knocking the fire, in Firestorm 2 they are nerfed to more of a support role, more like they are in real life. So in Firestorm 1, where you'd be able to contain a fire fully with just aircraft in a fairly quick time, like ridiculously quick time in some cases, in Firestorm 2 it's a lot harder to do that, and you do have to rely on ground crews putting in those lines, stopping those spot fires especially, and that kind of stuff. So aircraft play more of a support role, and it's much more difficult to solo contain. I don't think I've seen anyone solo contain a fire in an aircraft. It would be very hard to. Maybe in the CL4 and 5 you might have a chance if the lake gets changed to be wide enough to refill, because currently it's too small. But I'm not sure that they would. They're definitely much more OP in Firestorm 1 and arguably too OP. I like that they've balanced it out in Firestorm 2 and made it a bit fairer and given ground crews more of a chance. I mean, Firestorm 2 is definitely so much better for ground crews than it used to be, and it's much more enjoyable for them. Oh, hi Kath. Yeah, I mean, I like rotary. A few people like fixed wing, that's just down to personal preference really. Rotary is definitely difficult to fly, but you can get used to it and it can be more versatile. But if you don't want to deal with being a taxi service to a ton of people, then I'd recommend fixed wing, because people tend to want to ride in their helicopters, but they obviously can't do that in the evenings. Yeah, Siphon, I saw earlier that there was a server that had like 30 out of 25 people, and I'm not quite sure how that happened, but it does. And yet the leaderboard on the right doesn't show everyone, which is slightly annoying. I'm not sure why, it just doesn't. Oh, was that a heli that flew by me? Yeah, it was. Oh no, it was C-130, never mind. They used water though. I don't know whether water's better or Foscheck to use with the Helitech radio, because I haven't actually used it yet. I've used it in QA, but that was a while ago. But I don't know what's better. I feel like Foscheck might be a good play, but the water might be able to get out a decent amount. Because the only problem is if the water like misses a patch because of the drop pattern in it, then you might be in trouble. Okay, looks like the dozers are here and they're getting in a good line. Don't know how the dozers can get up there, they should probably go the other way, but we'll see. Let's see, how's the other part of the fire doing? I'm not sure I trust them to put out that tree. I guess I'll have to. So that I can deal with this part of it. Forgetting to save some water to deal with the spot fires, because I forget, like in Firestorm 1 you can drop and just, it will be reliable, but this little drop pattern, it might not actually hit the correct place. There's some variance in it, so you've got to be prepared for those spot fires. It's always good to save about half a tank for it, but if I keep missing it won't go well. Probably end this stream after this fire. Might do another one at some point later in the week, we'll see. See how this goes. It was quite fun actually, but maybe at a different time when there might be more people, it might be better. Though the server has been pretty active, so well, that's good. Oh, missed that. Ooh, it looks like it's spreading past the dozer line, but this should be fine. Both dozers are now up there. They've figured out how to get up the hill. A and B applications are, well, I wouldn't say that it's hard, I'd just say that you've got to know how to research stuff, I mean, you've got to know what to look for and where to look for it. I mean, a lot of the information's either in like the RP Discord, LPFS Discord, or it's on like Roblox, like you can look at the groups and the owners and stuff, or a lot of stuff you've got to like, look up online, like for example, if you want to know about the control surfaces of different aircraft and stuff, it might be useful to learn about that online, just as long as you don't copy and paste, because that is plagiarism. So it's good to research stuff. It's not super hard. There are definitely a couple hard questions in there though. So there are questions that are designed to be very difficult, but we don't expect you to be able to answer those. So if you're struggling, don't just put I don't know, that gets you no credit. Instead, give it a go, give it your best shot, and don't sweat it too much if you don't know. Just if you do know though, then well done. That might help your application. But as I say, they're meant to be difficult, some of them, and we don't expect you to know. And I'm just going to make it clear as well, there isn't any info that from within like the A and B Discord that you need to know for the exam. So if you have been like a pilot before, or if you've like left or something, then none of the info you knew in the A and B Discord will actually help you in the exam, and if we find it, then that's just kind of cheating in a way. Yeah, what time are the applications? I haven't actually checked, I've just let my staff team deal with that. I'm hoping that the next batch will be able to go with individual certs and have like Firestorm 2 out, but we'll see. yeah, you don't have to do it at 12 AM, you can just wait, because they should be open for about 5 days, I would guess. That's what we used to do, so you should just, I'd say take your time with it, don't rush into it. A lot of people rush. Make sure you give some good detail for your answers. You don't have to write an essay, just give a good amount of detail, a couple sentences, and just try and give it your best shot, you know? Because remember, you are competing against other people. If it's a batch where there's lots of strong applications, then you've got to put in more effort to get in, really. But if it's weaker, you don't, so just give it your best, and don't just waffle on for forever. No one wants to read that. Make sure it's good quality and just a few sentences. Okay, oh. Oh, come on. Okay. Oh, was I not joined? Maybe. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna end it there. I'll just land and finish my vlog. If any of you have any more questions, just feel free to put them in the chat before I hop off. It was fun though, it was good. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it too. Oh, I've just realised I've got someone in my heli. Okay. And this ATC tower is not currently functional. It would be cool if we get it functioning at some point. SBCFD is pretty good. I'd recommend it, but that's up to you. If you think it's worth it, go for it. I don't actually know how worth it is because I got it just because I had BFD, so that's just down to you. Ask someone else who bought it in Firestorm 2 or something. That might give you an idea of whether to get it. Okay, there you go, logged on. Thank you, Roki. Appreciate it. Have been here a while. Was the second pilot actually since it was released. I wonder if you're in the stream or if you're just in chat. Okay. Well, if that's all, will device performance matter? As long as you can fly, you should be fine. Just make sure you're on PC because that's the only thing you can have aircraft on. Okay, that should be all. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to hop off now and have a good one. See ya.